Everybody, welcome back. It's a new day. It's a new Christo. A new round of Terra Invicta. So, in the last episode, things went pretty well. We had a bit of a botched fight, as has become my norm, but Range Strike is now on its way, transferring to Overlook, which is just here. And we are going to overtake this alien fleet, which is en route to Overlook, so we'll be able to intercept and destroy them. Meanwhile, we have our new Siege class Lancers, which are coming out. They're going to be pretty useful, I think. Taking a quick look, just reminding myself, our doctrine right now is based on, firstly, toughening up our existing dreadnoughts, as well as... Wait, why is this... Have I made a mistake? No, sorry, I was reading the wrong line. We also have quite a lot of exotics right now. So, how would I spend them? If I wanted to spend these exotics, as opposed to just building tons and tons of the ships that we're currently building. Because they're, I mean, they're expensive, these ships that we're building. But how would I do it? The Plasma Cannon Mark III that isn't heavy only has 800 range, right? Yeah. These firing 20% faster. I just don't think it's worth spending the exotics to make these things fire 20% faster. It just seems... Wait, this is meant to be toughened. Why does it only have 30 armor? Did I make a mistake there? Hang on. The toughen... Mundane block 2. Yeah, they should have 70 front armor. I don't really... Something I don't know is what amount of the hits go to front armor. Like, where do you need to be hit for it to impact front armor? That would be useful to know. Let me see if I can look that up. Terra front armor. Excuse me. Armor works. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think... Because the bigger difference, I suppose, on going to using exotics would be heavy plasmas. Because this is a... Oh no, that's similar actually, right? There's a 6-second reduction in fire rate. Do they do the same damage? There's no other difference, right? They use slightly less battery, but we really haven't found battery to be an issue at all. Is the magazine different? No. They cost less noble metals. That's good, I guess. Muzzle velocity is the same. Yeah. So I don't really see the need to use these either. It's again, it's a 20% speed increase when you put the exotics in. But so then the question is, would we like to use exotics in engines? Wasn't there an engine that we weren't using? So I want to design a new ship class. Not keep using these ones. Wasn't there a drive that we weren't using? Ah, we've got some more to assess as well. Useless. This might not be useless. What do we use it with? Hybrid fusion containment. Okay, so this is a no exotics thing. But we're the cruise acceleration. Oh, my auto clicker has stopped working. That's weird. Let me get that back open. Sorry. Okay, now? No? There we go, fixed it. Okay. The combat acceleration is nothing to write home about. With one of these, you can get up there. These, of course, do take some exotics, but not much. So, I mean, why can I click here to change it, but not here? You can click here as well, can't you? No. Maybe they can only make it so that there's one clickable text field for some technical reason. Like, the combat acceleration is, it's going to be pretty low if I do this. You know, if we wanted to go with kind of 20 at the front. This is not insane. Like, the combat acceleration is bad, don't get me wrong. And if we wanted the 1.2, 1.1, how fast can we plausibly get to Jupiter? 7 weeks. It's not terrible. Of course, this is before we stick stuff on it, but let's do that. What do we need? Yeah, I mean, basically a bunch of repairs, some component armor. I don't think we need magazines. Just another repair bay. It's adding quite a lot of weight, though. And then hull weapons, just phaser it up. And throw on the Mark II. Yeah, I mean, a total cost of 0.1 exotics to get a siege thing. Sorry, I haven't thrown the battery or radiators on yet. Radiators up. This is a heavy engine, I think. Darn. So, I mean, that is slower. But that is a pretty good cost. I mean, okay, never mind. I didn't notice. That's a lot of metal that we need for this thing. Okay, yeah, maybe that's not so good in the end. But yeah, 0.1. It's good to know that we have this in our back pocket. So I'm not going to obsolete that drive. But what else we researched? The Daedalus torch. We can use non-exotic confinement reactors on that. Let's put the exotic one on first, though. Not very much exotics at all required for this. Cheaper. Kind of quick with it. Oh, we can torch this one up. Sorry, not torch. What are these things called? Hydron traps. This one. That's kind of quick. Pretty cheap on exotics. But what's the advantage? This is test 1. This is a Siege Lancer test, so we're just seeing how the armor, how it does on that. If we save that, and then we go and upgrade it. If I instead used, oh, was that using no antimatter? Yeah, okay, that uses no antimatter. So it's probably not going to compete with this, if I had to guess. Yeah. Cost-wise, this is test 2. Cost-wise, it's cheaper. It's quite a lot cheaper, actually. But for 5 times less cruise acceleration. But that is a lot cheaper. Like, we could build a lot more of these. And if they're siege weapons, well, we struggle to know if we're going to need siege weapons in a fight. We kind of have to bring a mixed fleet to each fight because we can't afford to engage, destroy the fleet, and then disengage and leave the station behind. Because doing so means we don't get the exotics from destroying the fleet. You have to actually win the field to get the exotics, I believe. What else? What could we put on here? Nope, that's useless. 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 Firefly torch. That is some insane Delta V. Don't get me wrong. Helion reflex. Nope, that's useless. And the Icarus torch. I think we've already... Anywhere in the solar system and beyond. I guess just because it's not using much stuff to do it, but I have to say, at this cruise acceleration, it's not going anywhere fast. Okay, so the Firefly torch can be used with, it is exotics, but it's only 0.001 per gigawatt. That's actually more than I expected. Firefly torch, you must use a lot of power. Oh yeah, 4.49 terawatts. Sorry, 49 terawatts versus 6 on that one. This one uses 510 terawatts though. And this is the flow stabilized Z pinch. Do we have any other Z pinch reactors? Is there only one Z pinch reactor? Looks like it. I've unobsoleted some of these just so that we can... Oh, Oh, you know what? Yeah, I should go through and try and make sure if the highest tier takes exotics, we have unobsoleted one tier down. So that... Okay, so this one takes no exotics, so I don't need this one. This one takes no exotics. This one takes no exotics. This one takes no exotics. Takes no exotics. Takes no exotics. I'm keeping one of each type available, by the way. So gas core fusion, we can obsolete the old styles of it. This is the good gas core fusion one. And these early ones, I mean, we're not using... That's a good point, actually. Are we using any fission drives? Can I obsolete all of the fission drives? This is fusion, 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 antimatter, antimatter. Okay, so we can obsolete all of the... Certainly fuel cells. All of the fission drives are now not needed anymore. Excuse me, just tell me this one's fission. Yep, it is. And this one, fission. And this one is salt core. We haven't got any salt core engines that we're using. This one is Z pinch fusion, right? So I need to keep that, but that doesn't use... Wait, hang on. This is Z pinch, so why can't I... This is Z pinch fusion, Z pinch fusion. So why can't I use this drive? I think that's a question I should put to the... I should put that to the Discord. Like this, which one is it? This one? Z pinch fusion. Yeah, why can I not use this? Oh, it has a maximum output. As I was taking the screenshot, I realized it has a maximum output of 4 terawatts. Okay, so that we're not going to use that. That is laughably inadequate, even for a single drive these days. Hang on, was that gigawatts as well? I just realized that was gigawatts, wasn't it? We're in the terawatt range these days. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I understand now why sometimes some of the same type don't work. I've been confused about that for some time. Yeah, so the old ones are sometimes not going to be viable simply because they don't have high enough maximum power outputs. Terawatts. This is mega is a million, 1,000, 1,000, aka a million. Terra, sorry, giga. I think mega is 1,000, as in megabyte. Mega prefix, 10 to the 6 million. Okay, and then giga is 10 to the 9. And then Terra must be 10 to the 12, right? Metric prefixes. List of metric prefixes. Terra is, yeah, 10 to the 12. Peta is 10 to the 15. Okay, cool. Kilo mega Terra delta. Oh, sorry, kilo mega giga Terra. Yeah. You're right. Thank you, Sorts. Okay, so... we don't have any mirrored magnetic confinement fusion, so that is no longer required. We don't have any internal confinement fusion, do we? Oh no, I think we might actually. I shouldn't obsolete the fusion ones. Let me just get rid of any remaining fission ones. Because we're definitely not going to need those. Yeah, like gas core fission. We don't need this. Okay, so now just checking for exotic costs at the top end. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so, yeah, to run the Firefly Torch with its crazy hungry energy. Oh, didn't we already check the Firefly Torch? Why am I checking this again? Did I not put it all through? Maybe I didn't. Like this cruise acceleration is not good. And we can't Hadron Trap it, but we can antimatter spiker it. But even then, it's pretty slow. And it's using a bunch of exotics because we have to Z-pinch it. Feels like the Firefly Torch is bad. The 85% power use efficiency and the 49 terawatts really makes me feel like this is not a good drive. What's the advantage? No antimatter fuel, but the tiny amount of antimatter you get from advanced antimatter is not a problem. So, don't need that. Icarus Torch, the exhaust velocity is a little low. Does it... What can I use it with again? Hybrid containment fusion. Is this the one that we just tested? I think this is the one that we just tested. But so this is useful for a low cost. I wish I could, like, put notes on them in the game or something. That would be helpful. And then we've established that the Daedalus Torch is good, but would take not even very many exotics. Oh, hang on. This can take both an antimatter spiker for the cruise acceleration and a hydron trap, rather. So that can go a long way on not many propellant tanks. Wow, yeah, that's pretty good, actually. I kind of like it. It costs, yeah, not very much exotics to set it up. And if we really wanted to cheap out... Okay, we can't go down to the non-exotic one. But we could do this. Wait, why are the... Oh, because the better one has a better output, has a much better tons per gigawatt. Even though this one is more... Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. I guess it's from the efficiency. If I put this on, it costs 0.7. I put this on, it costs 1.4. Okay, so this one is... It's only 1% more efficient, or, I mean, 0.9% more efficient. Not in relative terms, but in literal terms. What's the opposite of relative, by the way? Absolute, I guess. In absolute terms, it's 0.9% more efficient. But it's supposed to be using twice as much per gigawatt. Yes, it's lighter. I guess it's the weight. Okay, yeah, I think it's just the weight. Like, this doubles it in size. But why would doubling it in size... Why would doubling the size of the ship increase the power required? Like, it's outputting 18.7 terawatts versus 18.7 terawatts. It's the same power output. I don't know why this one is so much more expensive when it should cost less. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna ask on the Discord because I am curious. Hang on, I'll pause recording while I go and write my question. Cool. I've asked the Discord. Hopefully they will explain it to me. But in the meantime, we should just never use the older one. So let's obsolete that. And we're never going to be able to use these because their maximum output is in gigawatts, which is 10 terawatts. We might use a 10 terawatt engine, so I'll leave this unlocked just in case we want a non-exotics engine. But yeah, it seems fine. This outputs terawatts, this outputs terawatts, this outputs gigawatts. Never going to want to use it. This 42 terawatts, 7 terawatts. It's still plausible we might want to use that, so I'll keep that there. Okay. I should have been a bit more systematic in how we tested some of this. All right, the Discord has explained it. It's a bug. That's annoying. The cost is not per gigawatt, as the Discord has enlightened me. It is, in fact, per ton. So the fact that we get far more power per ton means that the cost is lower, despite the fact that the cost per ton is higher. Fair enough. Makes sense. All right, so back to, now that we understand that. Right, okay. So the stream has been treated to 30 minutes of me talking to the Terra Invicta Discord. I have some answers about various things. I can't remember which I've already given you, but one of them is the reason that, if we switch the drive, the reason that this power plant is cheaper than this power plant is that the tooltip lies, which is one of the cardinal sins of video games. But the tooltip lies. It's not that cost per gigawatt. It's actually that cost per ton. So because this reactor is lighter, because it has more specific power per it has a lower specific power tonnage requirement per gigawatt, this is much, much better. So we'll keep using this one. Second, we have learned a bit about, because I was posting about that, and then the Discord was like, Jesus Christ, man, why are you not using heat sinks? So I thought I'd read somewhere that just like, don't bother with heat sinks, but we're going to bother with heat sinks now. So I have noticed a couple of times the radiators have been getting damaged. The thing that annoys me about heat sinks is that the game is very, in my opinion, and it's early access, all these things will be improved. The game is very bad at communicating when you, how much heat your ship will produce. I believe the amount that it's supposed to produce, and I'm not sure, but there's some kind of maths around this, is your engine, when firing, will produce heat equal to the amount of... Wait, no, that must be wrong. No, sorry, Oh, I've lost it again. Won't this produce 3.1 terawatts? Sorry, gigawatts of heat? Yeah, it will. 3.1 gigawatts of waste heat are going to come out of this thing. The drives don't cause heat. I don't think. The engine does? Is that right? Like, how heavy is this right now? If I take this off, it weighs nothing. Okay. So yeah, the drive doesn't create heat directly. I think. Instead, the fusion reactor creates heat. So it creates 3.1 gigawatts of heat per second. So if we wanted to hold, 100 seconds of waste heat, we'd need a heatsink with 100 joules of capacity. Sorry, if it was outputting 1 gigawatt of waste heat. But let's say it's putting out 3.1 gigawatts. That means if we want to hold 100 seconds of burning the drive heat, we need to have something that has 310 gigajoules of capacity. Makes sense. Next, weapons. Weapons have both a damage they do and a battery shot consumption. So a base that I think they produce, and all this is I think, 2 gigajoules of waste heat, but then there is some kind of efficiency calculator. So I think the Discord says on plasma, you get, it's times like 0.3 or something. So instead it would be 600 megajoules per shot. And then if we times that by the shot speed, so 50 seconds, we could reduce it down to get it per the shot. And so, yeah, and I think the efficiency is based on the idea that some of the heat is sent away in the projectile, which makes a lot of sense. We'll see if that's true. I still don't know. I'm going to get the metric prefixes back up on my other screen. So I've got the deca, hecto, kilo, mega, giga, tera, peta. All right. There are some things that don't produce heat. So those are the ones that actually use chemical force to throw them. So the 10-inch cannons with their, they're just exploding stuff to fire their projectiles. And there's one other, but I can't remember what it is. Don't worry about it. But yeah, all that to say, the maths exists, and you could theoretically do it, but it's partly bugged, and some of the numbers you need don't exist in the game. So I'm not going to do the maths. I hate not doing the maths. I like knowing what we need. Instead, we're just going to put a big heatsink on everything, basically. And then we'll be able to retract this. And the advantage this gives us, which is a big advantage, is if we're looking to upgrade the Siege Lancer, for example, to this new doctrine. We take off one repair bay. We put on, let's say, and I have the heatsink specific capacity per ton up. And we want to be using, so exotics are quite a bit better than lithium, but I think lithium will be enough, maybe heavy lithium. So let's say we put on a heavy lithium thing here. They're super cheap. We might need to put on a couple of extra propellant tanks, but the weight of a heavy lithium heatsink, rather conveniently, is less than a repair bay. So I'd also, there's another thing I should tell the Discord. For Lancers and Dreads, how bad is this armor layout? So there we go. This is something that we can... Oh, right, sorry, no. And it can get better. This is an invalid refit? Damn. Why not? Radiator can change filtry. Utility modules that aren't batteries and heat can... Y40 rear armor. My engines kept getting shot out. Probably because I am horrible at flying. Do, do, do. 60 centimeter phases instead of PD, they're suggesting. Sorry, I'm getting lots of advice from the Discord again. They shoot 3 times slower, but they can cover each other. All right, sorry, more advice from these. The 60 centimeters start shooting twice as far away, it gets more time to shoot it down. Yeah, so my reasoning on this, the Discord is telling me that I should be using, firstly, no back armor, or much less back armor, and second, I should be using these 60 centimeter phase batteries. I have thought about this. They shoot 3.3 recurring times slower, but they have substantially more range. And Discord is telling me that basically the range, the 350 range on these is a lie, which is what it feels like. It feels like the shots get way closer in before they actually fire. Have I obsoleted some other phaser, 60 centimeter phasers? Don't think I have. No. Okay. But the 60 centimeter gets their range cut to 1/3 for when it does point defense, apparently. Interesting. This would also be able to shoot at small ships if they, like, swarm me. Okay, but anyway, the main change we're thinking about making is I can take off the lithium spray reactor. It's annoying that it's an invalid refit, but... Oh, that's really annoying, because that means I'm going to have to know... Oh, bollocks. It means I'm going to have to know which ships or which type to know whether I should withdraw their radiators or not, but... Oh well. Way better than dedicated phaser PB with this. 80 to 100 kilometer range. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. What's the maths on laser engines, by the way? Scrap all the ships and build new ones? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we can take out the radiator. And we can use instead... How much does the exotic spike one cost? Too much. Okay. But we can use the dusty plasma. Which is almost... yeah, it's almost 50%. Or rather, the one we were using is almost 50% heavier. So this change alone takes us from 33,000 tons to 30,000 tons. But this one is much more vulnerable. Yeah, low rather than very low. So, but this is still better. It's going to give us some more leeway. Yeah, take off. What were we targeting before? It was 90, right? 90 milli-Gs. So let's... I don't think we should need the back. We shouldn't be shot on the back. I still need the... I'd love to know what counts as from the front in terms of which armor is hit. And I should also say thanks a lot for all the advice, by the way. Super helpful. So, yeah, if we reduce the back armor way down, maybe we should think about, like, what we're being hit with. We're being hit with, if we want to survive, like, 1 or 2 shots. Maybe dump the back armor. Maybe back armor should match side armor. That makes sense, right? Because if we're being hit on the side and they're penetrating, they're going to hit the back and penetrate. It's just as bad, because the internal damage can completely mess us up. So let's match side and back armor. Maybe go to 80 front. We still want that 1 point. I wish it wouldn't abbreviate. Like, show me the significant figures a bit more. Or let me pick how many significant figures. That would be nice. So maybe 12. I think this is looking pretty good for an upgrade. So this is our... What am I missing utility modules wise? I feel like I'm missing something. No? I don't think so. So this is our siege lancer, right? Because this is the 10,000 1 kilometer range. Yeah, this is the siege lancer. So this is the what do we call it? 50% lighter, still lighter than with the old radiators. Yeah, it's well, but yeah, not quite 50% armor because I'm still expecting to get most of the shots from the front, but a significantly more armor on the sides. Yeah, almost 100% more armor on the side. Or are you talking total tons of armor? I wasn't paying attention to that. It might well be 50% total tonnage of armor. Yeah, something like this. Maybe drop it just a tiny bit. Power output. Power output is linear with range. Or I didn't realize. Okay. This is a tiny bit too slow. Let's weaken the back armor a touch to make it work. There we go. Okay, so this is the kind of oh right, no, sorry, another change I want to make. We were going to go to phaser batteries. Now that does make it a bit heavier again. So if we take off one side armor, we could equalize a bit at the side and put a touch more at the... I guess we could put the extra excess at the front just to get it to where we want. I think, yeah, 90.5 I think is roughly up on par with our other ones. This seems good. This seems good. Okay, so I think we should... I'm going to do like an M siege, and this is the modern siege. Like, this is the new tier of ships. You just meant the sides. Okay. Yeah, it's not... Well, now it's... What did we have before? 7? 8? If it was... I think it was 8, so now it's exactly plus 50%. Cool. All right. This is the modern Siege Lancer. I'm going to go through. I'm going to update everything to this. I think that's sensible. I mean, these tests we can get rid of. The toughened battleship. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to build any more of them. We're trying to move away from the missile siege because the missile siege requires us to get so close to them. So I'm not going to upgrade the obsolete that. Although the missiles are the only way that we kill the big bads. So maybe I shouldn't get rid of them. Okay, so then the mundane block 2 needs a modernizing. Okay, so to do that, first off, you do not need a nanowire battery. I don't think. Although we're going to be using a lot more power to shoot these things. These take, what? 0.2 gigajoules? Yeah, twice as much power. We haven't had any... Until we have power problems, I'm not going to worry about power. That's my philosophy on that one. I think I'm just going to use heavy lithium every time. So maybe... Well, heavy molten is... Maybe we'll use a heavy molten for an advanced one. Go up to like 12. Oh, crap. Didn't mean to save that. Whoops. Upgrade from this. Does the mundane still use the tier 3 power plant? Yeah, we have to. This one doesn't put out enough power. These need how much power? Yeah, this takes 20 to 41 terawatts. So it's not fully mundane. A fully mundane one would use the Daedalus torch, I think. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. But yeah, this is not fully mundane. So have this do. I'm never going to use this, am I? Because the superconducting is so much better. Let's get rid of the ones that the superconducting is strictly better than. It's technically not strictly better than this with a bit more power, but the recharge rate is so much faster. The quantum battery. So yeah, the quantum battery we might want if we really need just more power up front. Oh, and you don't need the ECM. Although I should try and keep it a valid refit, ideally. Why is this a valid refit? Excuse me? This is the M mundane. I don't understand why it's a valid refit. Also, it's so much... It's heavier? Why is it heavy? Like, I thought the swapping out of the repair bay was making it sufficiently lighter. Ah, is it because I've switched to the new battery? No, it's only a... Well, actually, it's lighter to use the new battery. I guess I have to take off a bit of this side armor to make this work. And then I'll put it back on the front. 9-9 for the mundanes. Seems okay. I'm sure there are breakpoints for armor that I don't know, but if I take this off, it's not a valid refit, is it? No, so we'll leave that on. I'm glad that's a valid refit. I'm kind of surprised, but... Okay, so this is the modern mundane. Maybe the phaser change was heavy? Yeah, but we did the phaser change on the other one. The modern siege we brought up to phasers as well. And this one was invalid. Hull can't change. Power plant can change if it's the same class. Drives can change to add or remove thrusters, or to substitute with something with the same classification. Weapons can change if the new technology has the same class and mount, so that should be fine. Armor can change freely. Batteries can change, but not change with other utility modules. Heat sinks can change freely, but not change with other utility modules. But we did change with other utility modules on this one. So I don't know why that was counting as a valid refit. Curious. Curious. Well, we'll see if we can actually do it. And then we have the Toughen class. Oh, which is still on an even older radiator. What was on the old mundane in that slot? It was a repair bay. So I shouldn't have been able to go to a repair bay. Like now, if I take this off, it's already an invalid refit. Okay. What? Okay, so that's a... Why is that valid? Utility modules that aren't batteries... Ah, okay, here we go. Utility modules that aren't heat sinks, modules or heats, can change with other modules with the same class. What is a class? I'm going to ask the Discord. What is a class? It seems I can replace repair bays with heat sinks, but this says I can't on my reading. Let's see what they say to that. Okay, so what we want to put on here is the lithium heatsink. No, so that says it's invalid. What? It seems to inconsistently. Okay, so yeah, so I thought that shouldn't be a valid refit. What is this, by the way? This is the high exotic cost. The high exotic cost ones with the nice weapons. That's right. Okay, well, we're not going to change those. We're going to run them into the ground. We're not gonna try and upgrade them. Inconsistently allow this. Okay, so the Siege Titan we're not using, so let's just get it off the list. The Siege Monitor. Let's deal with you. You need not this, but this. You can install a heatsink instead of a repair bay, but will be unable to remove it. Only change it for another heatsink. So a heatsink instead of a repair bay. So here, I should be able to take out a repair bay and put on a heatsink. I try to take off one bay and put in a heatsink, and it says invalid. Sometimes it I think it worked once, but not now. Weird. Thanks a lot. There is someone who's also shared a actual laser range calculator. So I am going to save that to my Terra Invicta bookmark folder and look at that later. Okay. Sorry. Back to actually playing. I don't know why sometimes it's letting me refit these and sometimes not. Like if I go in here and I want to refit this mundane 2, I can't refit it to a modern M. A modern mundane. Okay. I don't know, man. It's the UX on this could use work. But hey, that's why you do early access, right? So the toughen class dreadnoughts, we're not bothering to upgrade. The mundane, we don't need. Yes, the siege monitor. I may well use these. So let's upgrade them. This, we're going to do the dusty plasma because it's the lightest that isn't exotic. How much exotics would it cost on this one? Yeah, no, it's way too much to use the dusty exotics. Yeah, 100 armor. Maybe I put less on the back, more on the side. And then you need a... Oh, no. I have to take out a magazine to put a heatsink on, which means these guys would have... Yeah, quite a lot less missiles. They're firing the missiles from such extreme range. They're not really designed to survive. I won't bother messing with them. We'll leave them as they are, I think. Okay. I'm not looking at the Discord. We're playing a video game. Not talking on Discord. Okay, so I'm not going to upgrade the siege monitors because they go here. Okay. I'm sorry. I've closed Discord. The refit stuff is very dumb. It makes sense. Like it's a good system, but it's very badly explained. So this tooltip explains it. It lists the rules in an incoherent order with no paragraph breaks. Which is just this is bad. It's bad. So you can swap. There are different classes of utility modules. You can swap some with objects of their class. It refers to them by utility modules. I mean this utility modules. Sometimes this tooltip appears to call one of the classes of utility modules, which is unhelpful. So I can swap a magazine for a science lab, for example. That is a valid refit. The idea that you're meant to intuit that those are in the same class is bonkers to me, because you can't swap that magazine for a heatsink. And the rules are here, but what it should do is just in this tooltip, it should say class such and such. And then when you swap, then you know which class is which when you're swapping in the things. That's just like my opinion, man, though. So the toughen class dreadnought, the ships that we're actually using right now are the tough class battleship defensive bomber, which is expensive. We don't have a mundane, one of those we don't have a mundane missile boat beyond the monitor. We have the monitor, which I should probably build some of, because I think it would be useful to have some of these for excuse me. We should build some of these monitors for sieges. Let's get some of these going. The idea of these is that they go in, they just fire a huge wave of them. And then they fire a huge wave of missiles. Because we are losing quite a few... we've lost a small number of ships, of missile ships. Okay, so the doctrine as it now exists. We have the modern ships, the M Mundane and the M Siege. These two have retractable stuff and heat sinks. Then we have the now outdated Siege Lancers, Mundane Plasma Dreads, and Toughen Plasma Dreads. The Toughens are the ones that use more exotics. Then we have the tough and toughened class missile battleships, and the modern kind of mundane siege non-modern, because it would use up one of their slots. missile monitors. The missile monitors are going to have higher attrition. We could also design a non-antimatter using ship, which would be even more cheap because it wouldn't need a antimatter plasma core in order to fire missiles. What we would be looking for on a ship like that is probably a battleship, because I like the ratio of utility slots to hull hardpoints, but they take way longer to build, so I think we're going to go with some fairly disposable missile monitors. The stream has been going on for 1 hour and 20 minutes, and it's time to unpause. Alright, new colony core. Good. I apologize. I think that the episode thus far has not been massively engaging because I spent so freaking long of it just talking on Discord. But hey ho, we keep going. Only one of these types of modules, one of these broken ones, must be it. Oh, but you can't even see it from the hover? That is silly. It's this one that we're currently building. All right, go for the upgrade. And give me a fusion reactor farm. We don't have the exotics for it. Now we do. I mean, the noble metals, rather. That should be enough power. Okay, and does this have a... This doesn't have a defense yet. We should put battle stations on here. And then probably another... Wait another day. Get me another fusion reactor as well. There we go. Okay. I love that we're able to... This ship is going down here, and we're able to overtake it in order to intercept it at arrival. Still, all while using like not that much of our Delta V. This is just a satisfying sight. Get overtaken, aliens. Get overtaken. We've got a pretty busy system here. Stuff moving around every which way. Right, finished some of our new super colliders. Good. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, we're looking a little bit unpopular in the EU. Put that back up to 11%. That should be enough. We're overdoing it in South America. And yeah, we are going to trend towards like hegemonic and monolithic all over the place, I think, the way that we're currently spending stuff, because the welfare spending is going to tank it. Right. Yeah, Earth looking fine. I mean, I'm not too concerned right now about min-maxing Earth. I probably should be, because the amount of money that we need Earth to produce is well, it's a lot. we need quite a lot more money. Why is this set up like that? That's weird. But yeah, the growing investment points in our mega nations is tasty. How much funding would we get here? Yeah, 15. We're not pressing the mission control limit. Let's slightly reprioritize towards funding away from mission control. Because I feel like the limiting factor on our ability to build new ships is actually financial. Another super collider up. Nice. Okay. F4 is council, F5 is nations, F6 is habs, F7 is fleets. Yeah, I wish those were more moddable so that we could change that, but oh well. Okay. So we're heading out, doing good stuff. The other thing I wish they would change, by the way, is this tooltip is really good. It shows a breakdown of where stuff's coming from. This tooltip is bad. Really bad. It should show you the same stuff that this one does. So, go like that feature request on the Discord. New defense arrays, fine. I'm just going to assume that stuff I built before, you know, had a good reason. Our economy contracting so much because of the Greenland ice sheet melting is really hurting us. Org marketplace is updated. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? This looks pretty good. 6% boost bonus. That would be nice to have. You should boost your espionage, by the way. He's so close to the perfect counselor. Import new ice from an asteroid. Why? We have quite a lot of water. Or is it a joke I don't get? Sorry if it is. You don't really need this. You have any other 1 points I can get rid of? yeah, we don't need this. So go to that and this. We can put this on you, and you're down 2 security. Nice. This just so happens to provide 2 security. Oh, the Greenland ice sheet melting, so just replace it. Yes, I see what you mean. I wonder, like, how ridiculous would that be? We're moving... Yeah, the amount of material that we're moving around the solar system is very small. But you wouldn't need to decelerate the ice. Oh, no, you would. Because otherwise its impact would deliver a ton of energy, which would heat the planet up. I was thinking you could just drop it in the sea, but yeah, that wouldn't really work, would it? So range strike is going to arrive down here, and then I need to make sure if we repair it, they're going to have finished by the time these guys arrive. 2 days. Plenty of time. Good stuff. Yeah, because if you were going to import ice in order to cool the planet, you would need to what am I trying to say here? You would need to yeah, because the idea is you're trying to, you know, decrease heat, right? But which means you'd need to decelerate the ice. I was thinking you could just throw it at the Earth, but oh crap. The volcano. Not much in the way of stratospheric aerosols, but actually that will help a little. Yeah, you have to make the... Exactly, thank you. That's the way of... Sorry, I've been talking quite a lot. That's the way that you need it. You need to make sure that the kinetic energy is not higher than the... You don't talk about ice as having, like, negative energy, obviously, because it doesn't... Because there is no such thing. There's just a lack of energy. So how do you describe the process of introducing something cold? This sounds like a 2-year-old's question. How do you describe, you know, properly, with the right language, the introduction of something cold in order to reduce the thermal energy of a system? Would you just describe it as... Because it's not taking thermal energy out of the system. Or is it? Maybe it is. Maybe you do just describe it as subtracting thermal energy. Anyway. Okay, so these guys are repaired. I'm going to leave them there until this guy arrives. Because if they get damaged in the fight... Well, actually, how likely is that? No, they're not going to get damaged in this fight. Well, they might. No, they're not going to. I was going to say they should stay here so they're near the repair bay in case they get damaged, but I don't think they're going to get damaged. I want you to launch at this chappie. Range strike, launch at him. We can use incredibly small delta V to actually just impact them right next to us. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Because then if we get damaged, we might get damaged because their lasers, as Discord has been telling me, it has a relatively lower thermal energy level. Yeah, but how do you describe what you're doing to the system? Like the Earth being the kind of, you know, the way I might want to put it is you're subtracting thermal energy from that system. But that doesn't seem... by introducing something with a relatively lower thermal energy system. I guess you're lowering the average thermal energy is what you're actually doing. By introducing something with a lower energy than the main. Hang on, there's a car alarm going on outside. I'm just going to look. Oh, okay, here's the right way of putting it. You're adding mass to the new system, and the existing thermal energy is spreading out over the new mass. Yes, you're adding new mass, which has a relative lower thermal energy level. Thus, the average thermal energy level of the whole system has declined. I think that is the right way to put it. Okay, we've got 1.3. I mean, also, bear in mind, what do I know? So, don't take it too serious. Like, I think we should build even more nanofactories, probably. Because the money situation is just so bad. Maybe I should build a whole new station in order to achieve that. Around Earth. Oh, sorry. No, we should do it around Mercury because we have loads of metals. So yeah, let's found a new ring around Mercury. But it doesn't need to be in... Oh, they all have the same amount of too much natural radiation. Yeah. We'll put it in low Mercury orbit then. Is it cheaper to put it anywhere else? No. Low Mercury orbit, 90 days. Found a ring. Manage it. This is dollar station. And we are going to build an ad complex, a single battle stations, and then we're going to see how many manufacturing complexes I can put on here. So these monthly consumption costs, we need like one ag complex per 8 of these or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we'll put an ag complex, and then I'll deal with the power situation. Now the power situation is great because it's Mercury. So we just need 2 of these and it's sorted. Then if we put in 3, 4, 5 of these, and 1 more ag complex and 1 more solar farm. Nice. That looks good. I think that seems good. It's got some defenses, not a lot, but because they're expensive, but some defenses. Save this template. So that, how many did I build there? Like 12 of these? 12 of these should produce, they produce 250 each, I think, per month, which is like 2 per day. We built 12 of them, so about 16 a day income. That's not that much, man. That's not that much. We're gonna do that again, I think. Maybe twice more. Do the sites have the same amount of increased radiation? Yes, they do. Alright, Cicero Station. The dollar thing. It costs 8,000 metal. Like, that's a lot, but it's not crazy. Us round. Mercury. Manage this. This. Okay. This is dollar station. It's not even how you spell dollar, is it? Is that how you spell dollar? It looks weird to me. This can be that. Okay, good. So hopefully those will produce a bunch of money. It will take a long time, like almost a year. I think it's 3/4 of a year or so for those to come online, which is problematic, but what are you going to do? Okay, Udina. It's got its first basic layer. We apply this to it, making sure we're not spending too much. Has the extra, has the proper space works on it. Good. And then, of course, we need to manually upgrade the mining complex. I should turn off quick build so I don't accidentally spend a bunch of boost. We don't need the boost, but we may. We may in the future. Right, I'm going to kill these aliens. Then I'm going to call it a part there. Good stuff. So next step, well, range strike kills them, and then we continue trying to make our way through the alien. Oh, hang on, where are you going? You're going to Diamond Star Station in April. Oh, fun fact for you. No, you're not. We're going to intercept them. No reinforcing the asteroid belt. Aliens, it is not allowed. Hopefully we can take these guys out without losses. You orgs, what do we got? What do we got? Space guy? No, not the useful space type. Anything else? Anything else? Nope. Keep it rolling. New spaceworks on the ISS. All done. And is that now powered? Yes, good. Battle stations are still going up, but that's fine. Okay, so ISS can start making more stuff for us. What should we build? A bunch more siege monitors, I think, would probably be a good idea. But I'd like to build them in waves so they're easier to manage. Maybe some modern siege lancers, because we've got quite a number of them coming out, but we could do with even more. Good. Yeah, keep them going. Needs a lot more noble metals, so we'll just let that eat all our noble metals for a while. Any other aliens on the move? No. Good. Siege monitors. Just one. There's another one. Just have them all join up. Yeah, for now we're still just running one fleet, but in the future it's possible that we'll have one fleet and then send in the siege monitors when they're not, you know, already dead. But for now I just want all my fleets to be in one. one fleet. All right, hello. Hello, welcome to being intercepted. Wow, 40 to intercept them. They can pull 2.5 Gs. It's because they got no battleships, I think. They did not escape. Okay, I am fine with closing on them at high speed because I think that's better, actually, as it turns out, than letting them get around the sides. It's better to just charge them. We are going to... Have I tried double-clicking? No. And like control double-clicking? I don't think there's any way to select all ships of one type. That would be a really nice quality of life improvement. Alright, control 1 on you guys. Control 2 on you guys. Alright, so everybody. Control 1 and then select these. Control 3 on that. Alright, so everybody, fortified posture. So no shooting, you laddies. And then control 3, everybody. Give me a little... Okay, so it's good practice. We go full speed ahead. And then we padlock? No, we go full speed ahead. We wait until this one has just started. I think that's how it works. Oh, and you guys, by the way, can free fire. We wait until this one has started. Wait for it, wait for it. Well, no, because the engines will turn on. Wait for it now. And then we padlock. Okay, so we're going to do 1 tick of full acceleration burn towards these guys. Now we turn this off so that we can watch the fireworks. And then we want you to shoot... Well, I think free fire is going to be fine, actually. As soon as you get to 1,000, our nose plasmas open up. Already managed to cut that guy's main engine. Nice. Yeah, some lasers will come in. Oh, yeah, right. And we've learnt now. Oh, no, sorry. I can't have these guys withdraw their... I was going to have them pull their heat things in, but we can't have them do that because... Oh, hang on. Why are you guys accelerating away? Because I did the padlock down here. Whoops. No matter. They're all going anyway. Wasted a tiny bit of Delta V, but not a big deal. Because this was not a serious engagement. Still, we managed to control these guys well. Less so these guys. Oh dear. Okay. Full destruction, 6 exotics. Again, more exotics than I kind of anticipate there. You guys, yeah, launch back to Overlook. Repair and refuel on arrival. No, I'd like to go much faster than that. They'll refuel. Arrived at Red Pump Station, beginning repairs. Yay! They made it! That was the faster one. Now, this Victor chappie trying to rally up. It's just 1 Ocean Guardian. What do you got? You got a plasma battery. 1,000 range. Okay, so that is a little worrying. They'll take a little killing. Shall I send the whole range strike at them? If we burn hard, it'll take us weeks. If we burn gentle, we'll be there later, but then it puts us in a good position to go and refuel and then come back on this side of the solar system. Is it worth intercepting this with everybody? I think that would be silly. Instead, how about this? Some of my new guys down on Earth. Yeah, you chappies. 2 plasma dreads and a siege monitor. That should be fine. These are the mundane plasma dreads. They're a bit vulnerable, but let's send you out to intercept this guy. Should be plenty. We don't need to burn any Delta V to get it done. Not much, anyway. I want to intercept them a little bit further away from their friends, though, so... Yeah, let's launch them out to go and do that. You guys, by the way, can just merge in with... Just go and hang out with the ISS. And my range strike, you as well. Well, actually, you're fully equipped out here. Maybe I send range strike somewhere else, but we'll do that in the next episode. Until then, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.